My name is Plesh, and I will be discussing the use of a web blog to show how search engine optimization can be utilized to increase web traffic over time through organic search results. I will also show how to track the effectiveness and conclude with a few key takeaways. Here is the Bizarre Lego Channel weblog site. It is built using Google Blogger using the simple theme that has no color contrast. I chose this layout to allow the visitor to keep focus on the content. Use of white space in website design increases the legibility of the content. It helps the user see where they are going and encourages them to keep reading. From the marketing standpoint, white space makes it easy to highlight calls to action. A clean page improves the user experience. The content of the blog originally had no purpose at all. It was about one person's Lego hobby. Although mildly entertaining, unless someone had a reason to come to the website, I felt as if the blog was not serving any higher purpose. I decided to follow the HubSpot inbound methodology and come up with a purpose. The focus would be science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The goal would be to provide encouragement for and awareness of STEM education. My key results would be based on increasing the number of unique and recurring visitors. A lot of effort went into the presentation of the blog to create a visually high-quality site. In my mind, at least, the blog looks very nice. Simple modifications to add a credible look include the use of professional branding, a favicon, and social media links. For the blog branding, I used a free professional brand created at logister.com. This is a very impressive site to help you quickly get ideas or even use what they recommend. Logister's brand was so good, I went with theirs. I never knew what a favicon was until I started using Google Blogger. I found it within the layout section. The favicon is a small icon that can be used to help identify your web page within the browser window. I built mine from the small Lego piece that was part of my branding image. And as you can see, once added, it will put the small icon within the browser tab that relates to the web blog page. A third feature I added were images and embedded videos. These are used to help tell the story of the weblog and to add imagery. I tried to not overuse them so they would not detract from the story being told. Finally, I also added icons with links to my social media sites. I added links to Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and Tumblr. The icons were added to both the desktop and the mobile versions of the blog. It took additional programming to get the icons to show up on the mobile version, as the cross-column sections do not show up on the mobile version by default. There is additional HTML code required to add the cross-column sections to show up in the mobile view. This shows what needed to be modified within the HTML to allow the icons to show up in the mobile view. So, what improved the most with the blog over the duration of the course? First of all, the subject matter went from simple hobby to a blog with a purpose, and second, the addition of the social media links to both the mobile and desktop versions of the blog to give them the same functionality. I really felt that the links to the social sites were more important for the mobile version than the desktop version, since many social media sites today are utilized more through mobile devices. Search engine optimization is a marketing technique that is used to increase the visibility of a website with an organic, meaning non-paid, search engine results. The goal is to improve the ranking of a website against specific keyword searches to drive more traffic to the website as a method to increase product or service awareness and sales. It is important to remember that 90% of search engine optimization is in the quality of the content. Beyond that, the more work you do to drive traffic to the website, the better for meeting your goals. Now for an overview of how search engine optimization was applied to the blog. In the first week, the blog site was set up. I chose Google Blogger as it seemed pretty intuitive from a web development standpoint. I also learned how the blog was used to bring knowledge to a topic of importance, like to sell products and services, and also how to write a blog post. With the blog post, I created what I thought was meaningful and engaging and used images and embedded videos to help me tell the story. The second week put an emphasis on keywords. Where should keywords go? They should go in the URL of the blog. They should be in the text of the blog. They should be in the HTML meta description tag. They should be in the names of the image files, the caption of the images, and within the HTML descriptions of the images. This week I also asked myself if I was using the right keywords. One of the most effective ways I found to search for keywords is to start typing into Google Search and look at the auto-generated examples provided by Google. First I started looking for STEM as in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics and realized that did not help much. But adding education afterwards gives me more to work with. Next I look at Lego, expand that to add robot, get some good suggestions there, and then look more specifically to Lego Mindstorms. Also in week 2, Google Analytics was turned on and assigned to the blog URL for tracking activity. This is a great way to learn about where traffic is coming from and how much traffic the blog site is seeing. Clicking the Stats area within Google Blogger shows an overview of traffic that can be filtered down to specific time frames. Scrolling down a little, we can see each individual post and the number of page views they have received. Over the past month, my numbers have really improved. Next is the Posts area, which shows the same as the overview, but with a nice graphical indicator. Looking at the number of page views of all time, I see the first post is currently the most viewed. The Traffic Sources section shows the referring URLs and sites where visitors are being directed from. Looks like the social media links are really paying off. And finally, the Audience area shows that I'm gaining popularity in Europe. That's a bit of a surprise. Finally, I can also see the browser types and operating systems my visitors are using. Week 3 was dedicated to learning about link building. The more places the URL of a website exists across the internet, the higher the search engines will rank it. I added my link on all of my classmates' blog sites in the comments area and also built a landing page. The landing page was built on Weebly.com and is used as a location for information collecting for creating leads. I also added a link back to the blog page for additional link building. I also created a Google Sites page for fun. This is another website that has general keyword-related images, keyword text, and a link back to the blog. Week 4 was about website optimization. Using Google's Page Speed Insights, I was able to make a few improvements and raise the score to 88 out of 100. If we look at the Page Speed Insights 3 weeks later, we see that constant attention to optimization techniques will improve the website score, even with a higher number of pages. I have managed to work it up to a score of 93 out of 100. It looks like I have a little more opportunity with my images to improve my page speed even more. Also, in Blog Week 4, I reviewed SEOcentro.com to help me understand how I was ranking with my keywords. Alas, I was getting no ranking on either Google or Yahoo. It was at this point that I decided to evolve the content of the blog to be STEM education. I felt much more confident in my blog now that it had a purpose. I also used Moz's Keyword Explorer to help me build new keywords and to understand the difficulty for ranking with the keywords I was selecting. Finally, I updated the blog and landing page with the new keywords and found that I was not entering meta descriptions for a couple of the previous blogs. I had also missed tagging a few images with keywords. So these were also corrected. For week 5, I continued with the optimization as the blog was still not ranking on Yahoo or Google via SEOcentro.com. I decided that I needed to do some targeted advertising to get people to know about the blog and began posting on LinkedIn and Facebook. In addition to getting people to go to the blog, I was also adding more links to the blog for the search engines to scan, hoping that this would continue to push my rankings higher for my keywords. For week 6, optimization continues. I noticed that my Facebook and LinkedIn attempts brought a lot of new traffic. Because of this, I created accounts on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and Tumblr, and started posting photos related to STEM education and Legos, and as the platforms allowed, added links to the blog every time. Throughout the week, the numbers began to climb. Also for week 6, I ran Google's mobile-friendly test. I received notification that the page is mobile-friendly. There's also one page loading issue, but I researched it and found it was related to Google Ads. Even though I do not have any ad campaigns running, Google Blogger has added code to the blog pages that do not load, but also are not causing any issues. Next up is Google Analytics. I have been mostly using the mobile application to review the blog activity and was lucky to find a point in time where I had users accessing the page at the same time I was checking the app. It is easy to see by type of device and the actual page being viewed. There is also the ability to see the source of where traffic is coming from. The desktop version of Google Analytics is pretty powerful. Here we can see that I've had one page view 8 minutes ago, and we are now viewing the all website data area. Scrolling down, looking through over the past week, you can see how we acquire users, through what traffic channel, and the dates of which the traffic has occurred. And then, of course, the referrals of where the traffic is coming from. Looking down, we can see how our active users are trending over time, monthly, weekly, daily, what times of day the users visit, the sessions by country. Here it shows only United States, whereas back on the Google Blogger site, it was showing some Europe countries. And then what pages do my users visit? These would be each of the blog pages themselves and how many hits each one of them have gotten over the past week. To sum it all up, there are 3 takeaways from this course: content, keywords, and link building. Good content will bring people to the website. Great content will bring even more people to the website. The website should be functional on the desktop and optimized for mobile. The website should also be responsive and easy to use. Keywords should be used often and used appropriately. They should be relevant to the content to help bring the correct users to the website through organic searching. Link building is also important because the search engines rank pages higher based on the number of high-quality sites that link to them. I learned quite a lot from this course, like how to create a blog, how to increase traffic to a website, and how to track and analyze the traffic. Most importantly, it has opened up my eyes to how big a role that search engines play in the marketing world. I am amazed at how much can be done without paid ads, but I do see how paid ads can help even more, especially through Google. Google makes everything easier, especially if you understand the underlying concepts of optimization and web development. Thank you all for watching my presentation, and I wish you all the best in your future search engine optimization endeavors.